Welcome to the Mischief. And this is LittleTiles. Today I'm going to be covering a little bit extra, namely the Workbench plus a little recipe. And how much it involves is so much, I'm probably going to have to break it up into multiple episodes. But for now, let's just be sure to thank Saxon Hart for your patronage. Thank you ever so much for your support. It is greatly appreciated. So to further explain what the heck is going on, I will let you know that I will be covering of the little recipes, ladders, beds, chairs, Noclip, and fixed options, which some of you, that might not make any sense, but don't worry, that's what I'm going to be getting into. And in fact, yes, this is just kind of me having fun with the line tool on the little chisel and a little bit of gold block, but still, check this out. I can just walk right through it, and I can sit on this chair here. I also have things going on above me. Yes, that's right. I'm no angel. It's just me having fun. But now that I've walked through things, you can see some of the options that we have. We've got ladders. If it is nighttime, there we go. I can actually sleep on a bed. Even though it's not a bed, it's just my name. So yeah, that's kind of cool. Let's turn it back daytime. There we go. Don't worry, it's in a peaceful world. I'm not going to get a whole bunch of bad guys showing up. I even can make my name be climbable. So it's very comprehensive what you can do. You can make chairs, beds, ladders. You can make fixed areas. You can make entire sections repostable and so on. So let's get into how to do all this stuff. The little workbench is going to be required. Just a little bit of some planks and another little wrench, which of course is just some lapis and iron. And some little recipes. Depending upon how many you want to get, you only need one to start. But the recipe will actually make you 5, which is a really good beginning, in my opinion. So, once you've crafted one of these little recipes, you use them with the workbench, which, when you place it down, looks something like this without this ugly rabbit head looking thing on top of it. But you get the idea. It's here. You can click on it. And basically, you put your recipe up here and you can craft it from the bits and colors that you have in your little bag. Now, the little recipe, right-clicking with it, nothing. C, nothing. Control-C, nothing. You have to have information on your little recipe first. So let's say I wanted to copy a chair. So then I could start with the uppermost tile, click, and then go all the way down to the bottommost tile here, click down here. And I now have a chair. You can see it's in my hand. If I hit E, you can see that there's like a little image of it and so on. It's pretty cool. Now, if I right-click in the air, you therefore can see it. You can actually click and drag the chair around a little bit. It's a little bit slow to respond, but it's still very cool that you can actually see this. So remember, it's going to want to go from tile to tile. It'll probably go in the same square. Now, in this area here where it says none is where information is going to be changed. Currently, I can now take from my own inventory a creation I made, and I can place it down only if I create it. So this is just a recipe. This is not actually a block. I can put it in here, I can craft it, and I now have, because I've got a whole bunch of those bits already in my bag, I can place a chair, which I can also hold shift or sneak, and it'll snap to a grid depending upon where it was, and so on. So I could actually have it centered over 4 blocks if I want, or I could just have it centered in 1. There we go. I placed it down. Now I'm right-clicking, but I'm not sitting on the chair. Why not? Because it's not actually a chair. Now you can do Control-Z, and it'll undo like before, and you notice that it's just completely gone. It didn't go back into my inventory. Well, that's where the little recipe comes in, because it just converted them all back into bits and colors in your little bit bag as you spent them. So therefore, you'll have to remake it on your bench. Now, if you right-click in the air, you can change how this behaves. It didn't behave like a chair, so we can make it behave like a chair by choosing chair. And then we can put it down after we create it again. So let's put this on here, craft it, it goes into the inventory, and then I can place it down. Same as before. If I hold sneak, it'll snap to a grid, depending upon how the recipe was set up. But you can also, individually move it around. In this case, I'm just going to snap it. And then I should be able to do this. Oh, no, wait, it didn't work. Why didn't it work? Control-Z. Reason is, the number one mistake for this is that you didn't click save. Chair, save. Yeah, it's it's something important. It's not going to just automatically do it because you're looking at it. It's going to want you to confirm. that you want this to be a chair. And you can see now the bounding box is much bigger. What this does is it kind of takes the center point of the creation that you have at the highest point. Not the highest point of the entire thing, but the highest center point. So if there, in a 16 by 16, you've got like 4 blocks. So any of those 4 blocks, that's going to be where you sit. So when I right click, here, let's do this. Whoop, I am now sitting in the chair. Pretty cool. Just like that. It's neat. And then I can hit sneak and I hop out of the chair just like if I was mounted on a horse or something like that. And then if I want, I can punch it and pick it up and replace it again. And it saved it. So if you hit Control Z, of course, it will undo the way it was. And I can't undo anymore because it's already in there and I had broken it and so on. So it's being a chair, it will stay as an entire piece, which is pretty darn cool. Now, if you have something coming over the top of this, I recommend you just break it up into a second part. You take the top off of it with a little recipe, and then you place that elsewhere. Turn the bottom part of the chair into a chair, and then put the top one back on. And that's probably the easiest way to take care of that. Now, in this case, that's just one of the things you can do with a little recipe. So if I right click, instead of a chair, I can make it fixed. What does fixed mean? Well, that means that it's going to be one solid piece, similar to the chair, but you don't get to sit in it in this case. So if I put this down over here, and of course I'm going to snap it to a grid, you see it has a similar bounding box to the chair, where it is a complete piece. Now, I'm sure you're familiar with, in the past, how you can see individual tiles, like this entire large square area is a tile. This long piece here is a tile. This long piece is a tile. Therefore, if I were to punch these like that, it would break that one tile. Control Z undoes that. Now, this being fixed, the entire thing is considered one. So if I were to grab an entire area with my little recipe, it would do that. Now, in this case, let's actually right-click and clear this. I can hit clear, yes, and it will stay there for a second, but then it disappears. You might have to sneak right-click on something just to clear that completely. But if I were to, let's say, click here, and then click way over here, it will take all tiles in the entire area. So if I go into my inventory here, you can see it. You can actually see it a little bit there. It's a little bit awkward, but if I right click, you can also see a close-up view of everything that I have on this now, which is pretty darn crazy. So let's put this in here and we'll just craft it as, oh, no, wait, we want this to be, let's start with it being normal, shall we? We'll put this in here, we'll craft it. Oh, we are short. We're going to need some grass. We're going to need some stone. Oh, 10 blocks worth. Well, we'll just grab a couple stacks. That should be good. And then 13 pixels of snow. Okay, well, not a problem. So this is telling you the different items that you're missing in the recipe to make this entire thing. And it will only capture tiles. It will not capture any of your standard Minecraft blocks. So if I were to actually make this and pick it up, because I think I just flubbed that, put this in here, craft, there we go, and it is now in my inventory. You can see the shape of the entire thing is going to be a little bit awkward. There we go. If I can click here, boop, you can see that it kind of placed an entire area. Some of the pillars are missing because some of them are Minecraft stone. They are not actually little tiles. So it will capture an entire creation that you have handmade, but it won't do the traditional Minecraft stuff. Now, in this case, you can see individual tiles. I can break little individual bits. Let's undo all that. All of it goes back into my bag. I can remake this, but in this case, let's choose fixed. And you'll see save. That this is going to be very different when I do this. We're going to craft it. It's going to look the same, but it's going to behave extremely differently. There we go. It's all here, but you can see there's a giant bounding box, same as before. This allows you to pick it up and move the entire structure, but it will always be one structure. So if you're breaking one thing in this entire thing, it will end up breaking the entire thing. Yeah, or instead of trying to break one tile, you'll break the entire placement. So that's what fixed does, but it does allow you to move it again. which is pretty cool. And if you want to, let's say you change this and you've got, oh crud, I've got this giant structure. This isn't what I wanted. This is all messed up. You can open your little bag and you can just drop it back in, and it will refund all of your different bits and tiles and all that stuff. So that is one way of getting all of your stuff back. Pretty darn cool. Just if you, once again, take this, drop the chair in, and I get all the bits back. It's just a bunch of blocks of steel in here from another mod. It's pretty darn cool. I like it a lot, actually. But let's continue on, shall we? If I choose here, instead of fixed, we can make it a ladder, bed, chair, storage. Let's choose something a little bit simpler in this case. So again, right-click. We're going to clear, yes, and then I'm going to shift right-click just to clear that off. That is a chair that's already in progress, so let me choose this one here. Top tile, I'm going to go to bottom tile, and then I should have another chair to choose from. But before this, let's choose a ladder. That's right, I'm going to turn this into a ladder. We're going to craft it. And then usually a chair. Now this one here, I can walk up it because this is actually lower than one spot. But if I approach it from behind, I just run into it. Now if I run into this one, I actually start climbing it because it is a ladder and not actually a chair. So it has the properties of a ladder. The same thing with this. I have changed my name into a ladder. I've changed this ladder into a ladder. I have also changed this sideways one into a ladder, as well as the fencing that it was part of. So you can see it's pretty interesting how you can make just about anything you want into these different entities. Once again, oops, might help if I aim properly. There we go. And then I can put this, as before, back into my little bag. It's pretty darn cool. Now, what else can we do with this? Of course, we can turn this into a bed. It's a little bit weird on here, and this is where I'm going to recommend that there is a really cool website wiki for this. Yes, I'm going to hover underneath my name here. That I'm going to have the link for in the description as well as below me right now, so that you guys can see for yourselves how, if you want to look something up individually and you don't want to watch through the videos, you can always check out this wiki that the mod author has made, set up so that you can better understand this stuff too. So let's continue on with this, but instead of a ladder, we're going to make this into a bed. Yes, I can choose different ways that this is going to work, but I'm going to leave it as it is. We're going to hit save, and then we're going to turn this into a bed. Craft. Yes, I realize I'm making a chair into a bed. It's kind of weird. We're going to put it over here because this is where I've got some of the different stuff set up for turning it to night and daytime. Yes, I've got it set so that it's not going anywhere. But this is now a bed. So if I make it nighttime, click on here, I'm sleeping kind of in it in a way. It's really awkward when you see that, but at least you get the idea. I mean, this one here, you saw earlier, I was sleeping on that one as well. So it's all dependent upon how you arrange it in that menu so that you can make it so that your bed is actually going to be left to right or whatnot. Now, this is just a single, like, tall space. If you wanted to, let's grab this again. Let's clear it. Yes, I can go from this tile to this tile. So you could have it be multiple tiles long and so on, turning a larger bed into a bed. If you wanted to, like, chisel and bit it, you could do that. But in this case, I'm using the wrong thing. So it would be a little more challenging for something like this to be there. We could probably try this. I haven't actually tried something like that. That's a little bit awkward, but we could still turn it into a bed, and it would be that you can change things by just clicking here. We're going to make it south, so maybe it'll work. Save, and then I need to craft this and so on, and it should work just like a bed, but once again, it's going to be a little bit weird because of the shape that it's in for this. Put this down, and if I right click, you can only sleep at night. Well, let's make it nighttime. And you can see I'm now sleeping kind of in it. It's really awkward, but it's still feasible that you could make nearly anything a bed in this case. It's just really, really weird how that works with some of these shapes. It's not going to be as palatable if you don't use something, you know, a little bit more realistic. But let's continue on with more of the little recipes here. If I don't choose a bed or a chair, because that's been it, we're going to go with Noclip, which the Noclip, you have two options, slowness or no slowness. We're going to choose slowness. in this case. If you noticed earlier, see, I can't walk through this because that's a ladder, but the blocks themselves behind it are no-clip blocks, which means I can walk up a ladder over this thing. All these stone blocks that I have in here are all transparent, or not transparent basically, but they're not there. You don't have any tactile presence to them. You can break them with your hands though. I could actually punch it, but in this case, it's not going to be that way. So let's craft this right now, and then we're going to make this one here without slowness, and then we're going to craft another one. Craft that, and we've got two now. Got this one here with slowness, and this one here without slowness. So they're both no-clip. You can see that they're both a full structure size because the bounding box is sticking out. And I can walk through one, and I slowly walk through the other because it gives a spider web effect. So that is one way you can make your own webs or slowing fields or things of that nature, or even your own fake doors or walls or secrets and whatnot. It's pretty cool. As before, you can break it. It goes into your inventory because it's been set up as something like that. And as before, you can always put these back into your own little bag. And of course, as you see here, I have multiple recipes saved up so that I could use these. Sometimes it's difficult to get a bearing on like the size of something when you're trying to get it. If you need to, here's a tip. For instance, I was trying to get as far up and to the right as I could in this one, and I could get all the way down to the bottom. In this case, I put a piece here, a little tile here. I started the recipe, boop, just by, oops, let me sneak right click. Started the recipe here, and then I broke that one piece. Whoops, let me change this to be not a plane, but a cube, size 1. I broke that one piece, and then I went all the way down to the other end of the tile, therefore giving me this complete set. Now, yes, it did rip a little bit of the Valen words in here because I should have moved those first. But you can see that it doesn't actually have the little tiny nib at the top. So you can break the first tile that you actually touch from this if you need a starting point before you finish the ending point. Just a little tip on something that can help you to better pick out what you need to do as well. And yes, I changed the colors of these. Let's change this to be, there we go, kind of like this drab green. You can change the color of transparent tiles. So if I go here to here, there we are, and I can still walk through it. So it can be what you want it to be. It's pretty cool. Look forward to next time when we delve deeper into doors. Oh my gosh. And perhaps we do a little bit of some storage and chests as well. That's right. You can make your own custom chests and storage that can be extremely large or very small. So until next time, folks, don't forget that we stream most nights around 10 p.m. on Twitch. See you next time.